what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen now? We essentially need
keep going.
Tommy Cutlets and the New York G-Men to beat the Eagles tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, the Eagles have lost every time we needed them to, but we've also lost at that time. It's just mind-boggling. So the Cowboys now 10-5. 10-5? Yeah.
You can start the Sunday service thing right now, and I'll just get this going as we're going.
Are you recording or are we? Well,
yeah, I'm recording. You start recording there.
Happy Christmas Eve, I guess. I feel like I'm in Harry Potter where everyone else leaves and Harry's just stuck at Hogwarts. Like everyone's so excited that they're going to their family for Christmas. Happy Christmas, Harry! Everyone's so happy they're leaving, and little Harry Potnuts is just stuck at Hogwarts to do nothing. I feel like we're all Harry Potters right now. We had those stupid Dolphins right where we wanted them at points, and we just failed.
Well, it was kind of nice to see, and I don't know if this was injury-driven, but the wideouts were easily, sure, Tyreek Hill came up and made some great saves, and I'm sure he actually probably finished with some great stats, but he never had that over-the-top catch that we were all waiting for. And but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The Dolphins offense was able to move the ball so efficiently that
two drives that the Dolphins just made it so easy right before halftime when they went down and scored, and then at the very end of the game. There was the whole game, the Cowboys defense played fairly well, but those two key points, they just couldn't make the key stop.
And tonight we saw the stat. This was the Dolphins were the top scoring offense in the NFL, and the Cowboys were the second. So you're expecting a big score, and
we did not see that.
We didn't see it, and I think you got to give credence to the defense for that. For slow, obviously on both sides of the ball, but it seems a little bit more obvious for the Cowboys. You know, when they're not scoring points, you kind of figure like, okay,
the offense has disappeared. The offense has disappeared essentially in the last two games. The offense has scored 30 points in the last two games. They were averaging 30.5 coming into this game, and we've scored 30 in the last two games. The defense
15 then.
Even the defense held us so an average of 15 in the last two games, which is going to drop us down to somewhere in the 20s, high 20s. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You could have all these stats. It's irrelevant. The main stat for me right now is we can't win on the road. I was just bitching to you guys before we came on for the Sunday service. If we expect to go anywhere in the postseason, you have to win on the road. And this Cowboys team specifically has not shown to be able to win on the road. We're just getting smoked on the road. It looks like two different teams.
Does a 22-20 loss hurt more than like a 45-20 loss?
Maybe because last week by the fourth quarter, we already knew it was gone. You're right. We're in the moment. It hurts. It hurts more for it's a game-winning field goal. The Dolphins won it on the last play of the game. The Cowboys defense held the Dolphins kicker to 5 field goals, and the dude hit 3 50+ yard ones.
Yeah.
So it's hard to take that away from the Dolphins. The Cowboys offense, that Hunter Luepke fumble on the inch-yard line is crucial. That should have been a 7-point to start. Should have been 7-3 right off the hop. But you can play that both sides of the ball. Tyreek Hill should have had a catch for 80-yard touchdown right at the beginning. So it's hard to play that type of game because you could go to every play on every series, or a play on every series that could sway the game. It's just back-to-back shitty road losses. Next week, win or loss, I honestly, even if we beat the Lions, I don't really care because we're locked into the postseason right now, and we're pretty much locked in to be playing on the road.
Yep.
And we have not had success there at all.
So basically like home wins, because I think it's home against Lions, home against
home and away
Commanders.
No, home against the Lions and then away against the Commanders.
Okay. Well, if
But
we can
an away win against the Commanders, I don't even feel like, who cares?
an away win against the Commanders,
I don't even feel like, who cares?
no, but at least we can get it. If we go 2-0 in these last two games, we get the away victory. At least, kind of shed some rust. I don't know.
No, I'm to me, an away win against the Commanders is just, it's irrelevant. Honestly, it's irrelevant to me at that point. The same as a win against Lions. We could finish the season losing both games, and we're still in the same spot as if we win both.
Army Diaz gives a $5 super chat saying the offense showed me enough that I'm actually okay here. Bacon compete from behind. I think he's saying we can compete from behind.
So what you should do is just try to do that as you read it.
I know.
Just if it doesn't make sense as you're reading it, just shift
Well,
it into.
It's fair to say
Compete.
that.
We can compete from behind.
Yep. It's fair to say
I think
exactly
they
what they say.
Bait, yeah, I guess.
Just
On a super chat.
on a super chat.
And thank you for that super chat.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Appreciate.
We do
And
appreciate
Merry
it.
Christmas to
Sorry,
everyone
I'm
out there.
bah humbug right now.
You are.
I really am.
Ants is a little. Look, Ants is a little. You Scrooged up. You're really Scrooged
Well,
up.
we had someone in chat being like, "Oh, how you guys feeling?" I said, "Well, it's going to depend. How's your Christmas? It's going to largely depend on how the game finishes."
No, guys, tomorrow. What's your Christmas plans, by the way?
I'm coming here to eat dinner.
He's coming in the studio to eat dinner.
Okay.
What are your Christmas plans?
I'm going to my uncle's to eat dinner,
Okay.
so we'll see how that is.
Okay, so let me give you guys a couple chat comments here. While I was setting up the let me just keep the fucking super chat up here. While I'm getting the call in. So hey, call in right now. Let's
Call
hear
in.
what
We
your
got
thoughts
numbers up.
are. Okay, so
One at a time. One person at
I
a
know.
time.
So Kilo
We'll
C,
see.
But we'll see.
First come, first serve.
Kilo C says Cowboys do Cowboys things.
That felt like a Cowboys do. And there was moments. It was exciting. We had a good time.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the outcome.
Arnie
unfortunately.
Diaz says we're good even if we lose this game, we can still get the division. And honestly, the things I saw on this game, resilience in our offense.
The Eagles need to lose. For us to win the division, the Eagles need to lose tomorrow against Tommy Cutlets. It's like they're just stringing us along to be like happy. And then the Eagles are going to lose, and then next week we're going to lose to we'll win against
Shut your mouth.
We'll win against Detroit. The Eagles will win, and it'll go to week 18, where all we have to do is win, and the Eagles lose, and for whatever reason, the Washington Commanders will beat us.
Bandwagon Baba says, so they should have taken that first 3 points.
It doesn't work that way. No, they shouldn't have fumbled the football. You're looking at it a very weird way. They completed that. They went for it on fourth down. They completed it, right? The guy then fumbled it. So they should have, the guy shouldn't have fumbled it on the 1 yard line.
Keith Cowboys.
Guilty. Guilty as charged.
Then you could use that to any other option. So on any other option play that if you thought something and they did it, well, then down the line, they didn't turn out. Well, they should have did what I said. Further back, the reason that they lost is because they went for it on fourth down instead of taking the 3, which was the right decision because they got the first down. And then on first and goal, the guy fumbled the ball. So they shouldn't have fumbled the ball on first and goal.
Truth.
Keith Cowboys for Life says, yeah, nothing matters. We are one and done.
It's how I feel. I'm a pretty optimistic guy, but I'm feeling that if you can't beat Buffalo or Miami, or at least one of those teams on the road, you're playing on the road against 2 teams that again, we beat the Eagles at home. The Eagles in the playoffs at the Link are still a good football team.
Hey, guess what? We're in the playoffs either way.
Shit can still happen. We can go on a run.
But I totally don't want to discredit what you just said. I totally agree. I am nervous for the boys. And
my reasoning to go against that is like, yeah, we're in the playoffs. Yeah, we were in the playoffs the last 2 years with not having home field advantage.
Right.
And we lost both times.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. Give us at least 1 game. Win your division. Get 1 road game or 1 home game. Get 2 home games. The Cowboys had the option or the opportunity to have 2 home games. They could have played a home game for the wild card, and they could have had a home game for the divisional.
So who are we cheering for?
Tomorrow, the Giants versus the Eagles.
Giants.
But even that still won't. The Eagles right now, if they win tomorrow,
no, but we need the Giants to win.
we almost need the Giants to beat the Eagles twice. Now that we lost today, if we won today, and the Giants beat the Eagles tomorrow, we're in first or second seed. Right now, we're in a weird spot.
Marion Cabretti says this screwed up my Christmas.
Hey, man. It screwed up my Christmas Eve. I'll say that. It screwed up my Christmas Eve. Tomorrow, I'm still going to have a great time, especially watching the Eagles lose, because I fully feel like the Eagles are going to lose tomorrow, but it definitely screwed up tonight.
Armando Vega says drunk and speechless, so much hate.
Yep.
Papatongo says horrible-ass record.
So where do you have the number posted so that people can see it?
Armando Vega says hate this fucking song. Which
So
is
how do
probably
people
our
know
size.
to call in?
It's right on the screen.
Right on the
It's
screen.
It's
scrolling on
scrolling
the
right on the
screen.
screen. So if you want to call in, let's hear what you got. Let's hear what you got. Jacob Torchin says, I'm at the game. So much hate. Fuck. Jacob Torchin's at the actual game right now.
The trick to do that, I mean, at least you're in South Beach, I guess. At least you're in Miami. Could be worse. You could have lost in Philly.
Ugh.
There is worse things that could have happened. It was a close game. It was a hard-fought game. The Dolphins now have showed that they can beat a somewhat competitor, and the Cowboys are right back to that. Can they beat anybody that's decent?
Look, Dak Prescott did not have a bad game.
Dak played good.
20 for 32, 250 yards, 53 yards if you want to get specific. 2 touchdowns, and that's it.
I hate to be that guy, but this loss is on Luepke. This loss is on Luepke. Get the handoff and score a touchdown. We win by a touchdown, or we win by 6, whatever we win by.
I can't say that you're right, but the analysis.
Look at Dak Prescott's stats. Did
Is
Dak
correct.
Prescott do his job?
Oh, absolutely.
Did anyone else in either teams give the ball up? Was there any other turnover on any team?
No.
So was it pretty even? Like both, everyone else kind of did their job? Who's the one guy that fucked up really bad? Hunter Luepke. That's the only negative. If you look at the stats, the only real negative from somebody that you can see on the stats
Is Luepke fumbling on the 1 yard
not
line?
even the 1 yard, a penis head that far away.
the cock's head.
And
That is
I'm
true.
just being
Hey.
honest. That's the only thing that stands out to me.
I
on
was
this.
looking to try to fight the argument. It's a good argument, it's the right argument.
Turnovers, man. Turnovers are the most important stat on any football game. There was one for one team, and it was a clear-cut fumble by one guy.
Look,
If Dak Prescott threw an interception, who lost the game? If the one turnover was Dak Prescott throwing an interception on the 1 yard line,
Yep.
who lost the game?
Yep.
Dak Prescott.
Dak.
Hunter Luepke's getting that same fucking treatment from me, man.
Treat him up. But here, at the end
You
of the
rookie
day,
bitch.
no, the scary thing is like, yeah, okay.
I still like what Luepke did throughout the game, though. They went away from him. They should have kept giving it to him. They should have let him try to score before doing that.
I actually blame Mike McCarthy. I think there was some questionable play calling throughout. After that, obviously,
Like giving it to your fullback on the 1 yard line. I agree.
No.
You shouldn't give it to a rookie on the 1 yard line because he might fumble.
Yep.
Well, I don't think they should have went away from it. That's where I'm going. You fumbled it there. I think that some of the
say keep feeding the.
well feed what was working. Feed it was working.
But
you don't
caused
give
a fumble.
it's
What do you
week-
mean it was
it's-
working?
It's week 16 and you fucking give it to your fullback on the 1 yard line. Like give me a break.
Yeah, but he fumbled he fumbled a touchdown away. They lost by 2 points, and he fumbled a touchdown away
I'm
on
not-
the opening drive.
Look, I'm not a Lepke apologist.
You are.
You're being
you
a
are.
Lepke apologist right now.
You are a Lepke apologist right now.
This is what everybody wants.
You're a Lepke apologist.
I'm trying to think of. You're a Hunter Humper.
You're a Hunter Humper.
Everybody right now is wanting
Holy
to find.
shit.
You're a fucking Hunter Humper.
The Cowboy Cam fan wants to find somebody to attack, and they're taking it on me.
Let's
because
be
I'm like,
honest.
No.
Let's be
But
honest.
You're Hunter humping.
Hunter would hump you.
I
You're
would
Hunter
hump Hunter. I would hump Hunter. Okay.
Okay, so you admit.
You are.
Listen, I get it. We're all angry right now.
I'm more
But-
disappointed than
But
angry.
okay, listen, I can't even keep up with all the super chats that are. Marion Cabretti with a $20 super chat. Merry
Oh,
Christmas,
shit.
my Cowboys
Appreciate
brothers.
it, bro.
Tough loss though for us. Y'all bless. Still DC for L.
I like that. We needed
Appreciate
some
it,
positive.
and
we
we
needed
need
some
it.
positive. If you would have just if you would have super chatted us $20 and said fuck Hunter Luepke, that would have been hilarious. But I appreciate the positive chat. I appreciate the $20 super chat on Christmas Eve. Appreciate it, man. Much love.
And also, it gives Adam that out from us pressuring about
No.
his Hunter Luepke affair.
You can't defend a guy that gave up. And it goes back. If Dak Prescott threw an interception on the 1 yard line, we would all be pissed about it. So you have to be like that with every player, which I'm going to be. I'd be mad if Dak gave up the ball. I'd be mad if Tony Pollard did. Today, Hunter Luepke was the guy that gave up the ball. I guaranteed Hunter Luepke feels like he lost the game because he did.
Yeah.
See my voice, how it went up there? Because he did.
Because he did.
Because he did.
Because he did.
And you know he means it when
Yeah.
that happens.
I did, yeah. Tough one. No one even wants to call in. Guys, we got the call-in number up. This is our first time this year taking call-ins. Someone's got to step up. Someone's call in. It's Christmas Eve. I'm sure you've had a couple good ones.
Do we have the...
Do we just have to start calling random
Guys,
numbers?
it's up. The number's up right now. If
No,
you
I
wanna...
mean, do we have to start calling random numbers?
Yes. We're going to start calling random
Just
people
random
right
Dallas numbers? Hey, man, what do you think of the game tonight? That actually would be funny.
now. Okay, so Armando Vega says, for fuck's sakes, Mike McCarthy making some bad play calls.
Which is what Ad said.
Marion Cabretti says, hopefully Philly loses tomorrow to veto time.
We have to. Yeah, we're all
Ben
DeVito
Pia
fans.
says, bad play calling all day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael Gregory says, another disappointing season for real.
I agree. Like, how do you give it to your fullback on the inch yard line?
Davis says, pretty MVP for show with a money sign. Fuck you. Hey, fuck
Oh,
you,
yeah, that's a
Davis.
game tonight, too, that we can watch. Or I'm gonna watch.
Leader Jenkins says, yes, Dallas wins out and Eagles lose to Giants and Cardinals. We win the division.
Ad's right, though. Hunter Luepke was doing his thing prior. 2 carries for 3 yards and a fumble on the inch-yard line.
Armando Vega says, so sad Mama wore a Cowboys jersey to Christmas dinner and got an L.
Sorry, Mama. Yeah, that's tough. It is. It's tough. And you look at the stats. CeeDee Lamb played out of his mind. Dak Prescott played well.
What are some of the stats here?
We got Dak. Scroll up just a little bit there, AJ. I know you already said them. But Dak, I think, had 200 something yards, 2 touchdowns.
Sorry. This is from...
Yeah, so Dak was 20 for 32, 253 for 2 touchdowns. That's not terrible. 107.9 rating. Better rating than Tua. Tua went 293. Yeah, okay. But he only had the 1 touchdown. He got the ball moving when he needed to. He got sacked once. Dak got sacked 4 times.
Yeah.
Then you move down to the rushing leaders of the game. And then a rushing, again, you look at Tony Pollard, 3.2, not great. Hasn't been like that for most of the year, but again, our running game kind of was stagnant. Dolphins running game, at least their Raheem Mostert, their starting running back, had a 4.2. Jeff Wilson Jr., their second, had 4.2. So they moved the ball a little bit better on the ground.
Yeah. We were definitely... The running game was not an issue throughout the game in terms of the production that they put out on the field. Maybe it was like something the defense had to corral and they did it well, but it wasn't as much of an issue as I thought.
We got a caller?
We got a caller.
Who do we got?
Kilo C.
Oh, yeah, Kilo! One of the only people that could have called in to made my spirits rise. What up, Kilo?
What's up, guys?
How you feeling,
What's
man?
going on?
How you feeling?
I'm not feeling good. I'm not good.
Can
Not
you
good at all.
can you give
Not
us
good at all.
can you give us some of your takes on what happened and what could have been, because we could argue with us 3 the whole time. We kind of already have our set feelings, but what was a couple main takeaways for you for this loss?
The loss itself, I'm starting to think about the road ahead, and I know I don't want to get ahead of myself and get ahead of the team and one game at a time. I get that, but I'm a Cowboys fan, and I've been a Cowboys fan for years, and I've seen this. I've seen this.
Song and dance.
I've seen it before. Same performance. That's where I am. How do we get back into the driver's seat?
Kilo, I think that driver's seat's almost gone. Like, now we're completely depending on other teams. Even to get a chance to get back in the driver's seat, we need the Eagles now to lose 2 of their next 3. The Eagles are reeling. Don't get me wrong. The Eagles are 0-3 in their last 3. but they have a substantially easier road to going 3-0 than we do to 2-0. They're playing the Giants twice and the Arizona Cardinals once. If they beat the Giants tomorrow, we're essentially a road playoff team.
Yeah. But our on the road performance is, as we can see,
Terrible.
That's how I'm looking at it. It's just terrible. I don't have the words, but I really wanted to call in and holler at you guys.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm glad you did, though. That literally brought my spirit up. That brought my spirit up big time. That Kilo called in.
Kilo, Ant went from wanting to fucking come over here and grapple me to all of a sudden now he's a positive.
I'm smiling.
He's
I'm smiling again. Kilo sees our guy, but
Hey, I know third down, and I know it. And that was a third down, serious play right there.
That game was a third down. That whole game felt like the most important third down of the game. That whole time.
I think that
here we go.
I think the hardest part about it, Kilo, the hardest part of this whole game is the Cowboys were in it. And the easiest part about the Bills game was we were out of it for a long time. And we had hope, but this was a much more realistic hope. And the boys had the game within their grasp. And I don't think we can even point to a decision-making call. Obviously, within their last drive there that caused them the game. Maybe there was some shit beforehand, of course. I mean, I'm not smart enough to know that shit. But the hard part was losing a game to a team who is well within our range of ability, and there's really nothing to call out directly as being the negative point. Like, we can't say this was the reason we lost. And I think that's kind of awe-striking, but it is what it is.
Were you asking him a question, or were you just saying something?
No, I'm saying it to him. I want to hear his input. Sorry, Kilo.
Yeah, and that's why I'm looking more towards as a team, as a whole, moving forward.
I just don't know.
I don't think of it, especially with this game. It's just, what do we do? What do we do?
Man, it's tough, and I said I was bitching. I'm pretty sure I was on air still at the time when we were bitching when we were going between the game to our post game. But next week, if we beat the Lions, to me, it's like I don't really give a fuck. I know the Cowboys can win at home. I know the Cowboys are very good at home. Them beating a good team at home doesn't make me feel anything because we're not going to be playing at home. We're not going to have home games in the postseason.
Right.
So I don't give a shit if they can beat a good team at home. And it still scares me. And the craziest part about it is we're going to have to wait for this team to prove to us and to prove to the fan base and prove to the NFL that they can win at away games, but they're going to have to do it on the biggest stage where you lose one and you're done.
I say this, if we, whether or not we win our next two games or lose our next two games, it doesn't matter.
Right.
In reality, we're still in the same place where we're going to be.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Without a doubt. Yeah, AJ, you nailed it on the head.
And I would much rather them win both games, of course, absolutely. But I'm just saying in terms of how it's going to matter for playoffs. It's not going to matter. We're pretty much locked in now, right?
Pretty much. The Eagles need to have a pretty catastrophic run out for us to get second seed. I mean, even first seed's still flirting around there, but that's even crazier. Like, for us to get first seed, some crazy fucking shit would have to happen.
There's a percentage, but
there's a percentage, and even it's even crazier to think us even getting the NFC East. So I don't know. Kilo, if you had to pick though today something that you thought was good, I think we still got to do Kraken player of the game.
Oh yeah.
Like, you had to pick your Kraken player of the game, Kilo. Who's your guy?
Luepke, right?
No, well. If we would have made that touchdown, maybe.
Yes.
But Kraken player of the game, I'm going to have to give it to. I'm gonna just give it to. Who was our top receiver today?
CD.
That's who I'm gonna give it to.
CD Lamb.
CD with a TD.
118 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, because he's being consistent. Doesn't he have a little record going?
He does.
The touchdown every game.
Set in the last 7.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it to CD.
I'm siding with our guy Kilo C. I'm going CD Lamb, Kraken player of the game. Do we like to give out the Kraken player of the game on losses? No, we don't. But CD Lamb played good enough.
Hang on.
Oh, I'm hanging.
Oh shit! AJ's
hang
coming in
on.
with that fucking DQ, not Dan Quinn. I'm talking about the disqualification.
I just want
run-in.
to look. CD's a great pick, and I'm not even really arguing with it. But I want to just throw in another hat into the ring, and that's Dono Dub. Dono Dub, 12 tackles, 9 solos,
Right.
and he didn't really get any TFLs or sacks. But we saw him coming in there, so I don't want to take away from CD. That's kind of the more impressive side of the ball. I'll give that. But I just want to throw Donald Dub's hat in the ring, and that's who I'm voting for.
He would get the defensive crack him if we did defensive and offensive. But the 118 and a touchdown, Donald Dubb, it looked like at points he was the only guy on the defense tackling.
Yeah, you're right. 118 touchdown. That's pretty good.
That's an impressive game.
That's good enough.
That's an impressive game for a 22 to 20 score.
We're in the new NFL. We're in that 2023 NFL, okay?
If Dono Dub gets an interception at the end of the game to win the game, Kraken player of the game.
Or a sack.
One hundo P.
Or 2 TFLs or something.
The difference between his stat line and the difference between Dono Dub's stat line and CD Lamb's stat line is CD Lamb had a direct impact on the score of the game. I'm not saying Dono Dub didn't, but he had a direct impact on the score for that 20 points, right?
Well,
here's
the thing though. Donald Dubb, I'm looking at it because I was going to say J-Lu because there was a couple plays, there was a couple crucial plays where J-Lu came up. Well, that was weird.
Oh,
is that you?
That was like a throat burp.
Did J-Lu come up or did you? Was that
Did
you?
J-Lu just come out of your
Kilo,
mouth?
see, I'm sorry. I'm
come
saying
out of your soul.
J-Lu just came out of my soul. But I look at Donald Dubb, 12 tackles, 8 solo tackles. Next person is Micah Parsons with 7 tackles with 2 solo tackles. So Donald Dubb typically has double the amount of tackles than the rest of the defense.
I need a game-changing play, though. A 49-yard touchdown is a game-changing play.
You're not wrong.
Like, I need an interception. I need a forced fumble. I need something. Not
You're
saying
right.
he didn't have a bad. He had a great game.
No.
Dono Dub, every time he looked at someone making a tackle, he was there.
My phantom throat burp. Crack me.
You sounded like the fucking dolphin
hang
on
on.
the side. Crack him if you got him.
Crack me. Got him.
You sounded like the crack him if you got
Crack
him,
him, bro. No, you're right. With the defensive,
I was trying to side with my bandwagon boy here.
no. I
But guess what? Fuck you! It's CeeDee Lamb. It is CeeDee Lamb. Fuck you!
You totally Shawn Michaels me.
You got told.
I fucking barbershop kick you through the fucking window.
AJ, you just got told.
No, I agree with everyone. The Donald Dubb conversation was just a fun one, but
And he had a great game,
reality is
regardless.
we're looking for impactful plays when we pick our Kraken player of the game.
You have to.
And man,
It sucks playing a Kraken. It sucks to pick a Kraken player of the game when we lose.
I almost hate doing it.
only other guy I would also throw up would be
Mike McCarthy.
Cooks.
Cooks, that catch was amazing. That catch
Yeah,
at the end of the game was amazing.
Because if we are talking about clutch plays, that one was fucking toit as fucking hell.
Well, can we talk about dickhead of the game? Like the guy that made the biggest dickhead move of the game?
Hunter Luepke.
Yeah.
Hunter Luepke.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? We got it. So Kilo, listen, I've been a Hunter Luepke fan since day one, and it pained.
Hey, I think I had him on fantasy.
Yeah, you did. And guess what? Kilo, it pains me that Hunter Luepke dropped the ball there.
We all cheered like he scored.
Because
Yeah.
we
thought he scored. He went shoot. The craziest thing is, like, did he not know he dropped the ball? Instead of trying to get the ball, he just jumped in the end zone. It's like when you're on the diving board and you're too scared to turn around to look like a pussy, you just jump.
Leroy Jenkins, it brings up a good point, though. CD became invisible for the second and third quarter. So, Kraken player of the game, you can't necessarily blame that fully on CD Lamb, because if the play calls aren't happening his way or if Dak is not looking at him, like
He can't decide when he gets the ball thrown to him.
like let's
But you can also not disappear. So
He had
run
108
better routes.
He had 118 yards and a touchdown.
Well, we know who
He had more
the
yards.
Player of the game is CD.
He had more yards than Tyreek Hill. He had more yards than Waddle. What did
Did
we
he
say?
have more catches?
Yeah, he had 8 at least. Let's
Oh,
check it
I
out.
got it. I got it.
What do you mean you got it?
Well, my bold prediction was CD leads wide receivers in catches, yards, and touchdowns.
Well, let's go. Well, let's see.
He did.
Just go back up. We don't know that.
what
You looked at it one time. You don't know if you actually did.
Ed's so mad that you won
gotta
the
scroll
fucking
down.
bold prediction.
Hang on.
You're down.
I'm
You have
on.
to-
I'm on Cowboys.
no, you have to go down. It's
And
both of them.
I'm on Cowboys.
No, it's both.
It's not. It's not.
Kilo,
No, it's
But
not.
how can I'm seeing both teams right there?
Kilo, I
I
apologize.
see
for you
Cowboys
hearing
and
them.
Dolphins. I see Cowboys
Okay.
and Dolphins.
Okay.
So no, Tyreek Hill had 9 receptions, so he didn't win it.
Oh, by one.
No, he had 6 receptions. Tyreek Hill had 9.
I know, but I won everything else.
Yeah, you did.
Yards and
by
touchdown.
one category.
Yeah. By one category, yeah. Man, Tyreek Hill had 14 passes. Wow.
But he only had 99
14
yards, little
targets, sorry.
bitch. AJ, and that
Yeah.
proves that that's AJ's what AJ went for that Boldy. That's tough to do because he smoked him. He had the touchdowns, he had the yards,
Yeah.
but he only had 6 catches. That's a tough one.
Close, but
Well-
no Cigaro.
Kilo, any final thoughts from this game today? What do we need for? And I don't even want to say the rest of the season. I want to say what do we got to do for the playoffs?
Look forward to
Playoffs.
2024. I think that's a good
We
one.
just got to win on the road.
Yep.
We just got to win it.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Like I said, like AJ said earlier, can really point the finger to where we need to improve. Just a whole team improvement. I don't know. We just got to turn head and get George W.
Yes.
Get
got
that
to do it.
big George W.
Agreed. Are we out? Oh, are we playing us out? Kilo, we appreciate having you here, buddy. Cowboys lost. The week sucked. We are reeling as Cowboys fans. I will say this. Ad laughed at when I said it. When they asked Kilo, what do we have to look forward to? And I'm going to tell you what we have to look forward to. We're going to look forward to the fucking 2024 season, son. You know why? Because that's in fucking 6 days or whatever it is. And we're going to start with those little...
That's right.
Well, sorry, the Lions are still this year. But when we get to the postseason, it's 2024, son. And that's when we're coming with our road victories. 2023 Cowboys.
Next year, baby.
2023 Cowboys couldn't figure out the
Right.
road victories. 2020, 24, 27, 28 Cowboys are going to figure it out. If you know someone who's not a Cowboys fan, I got 2 words for him. Go fuck yourselves! I think that was 3 words.
I love
Love you,
words.
Kilo.
Love you, Kilo.
Love you, Kilo.
Holla, fella.
Does anyone else hate football?